Good morning. For the past few weeks, we've been talking about how the how-tos of being a caregiver. Well, for the next few days and weeks or so, we're going to talk about how the work of being a caregiver affects us. So we're going to talk about something called anticipatory grief. Anticipatory grief, according to SamaritanJ.org, the blog, is grief that happens before someone dies. It means that the person who is ill or the person's caregiver or loved one knows that that person's condition is terminal, progressive, incurable. It happens in anticipation of death or any other loss. Losses like losing their independence, losing your freedom of choice, because you as a caregiver also lose your independence and your freedom of choice to a certain extent. It's going to be normal to grieve before your loved one passes. But what does this grief look like? How does this grief affect you as a caregiver? What I'm going to do today is list some symptoms, and then over the next few days or so, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into what these symptoms look like, walk like, talk like, feel like. Okay, so some of the symptoms include depression, anxiety, irritability, and anger, an increased concern for the ill person, thinking about what your loved one's death is going to be like, mourning, sadness, and crying, just crying out of the blue, fear, loneliness, the need to talk to someone about the situation. Another symptom is guilt. And finally, another major symptom is bodily problems. This grief does adversely affect your body in ways that you don't realize. Sometimes, I just have a headache, but I normally don't get headaches. Well, that bodily problem might indeed be due to anticipatory grief, or you may develop a physical condition. I developed irritable bowel syndrome. I never had a problem with that before, but that was a bodily problem that has changed my life and comes straight from my being a caregiver. So we're going to talk about each one of these symptoms, and I hope that this helps and gives you some insight as to why you're feeling or behaving the way you are. It's normal. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.